Have you ever looked back at a choice you made and wondered, what if? What if you had taken that job in another city? What if you had spoken to that stranger who smiled at you? We are shaped by thousands of decisions, big and small. Our choices create who we are today. Today, I'll tell you a short story about how one decision can change everything. But first, let's learn a few words together, so the story is easy to understand. Let's start with this expression, what might have been. This is when we imagine different possibilities or results from the past. It's those moments when you think about how your life could be different if you had made another choice. Like when you wonder what would have happened if you took that job in another city, or if you had studied a different subject in school. We all think about what might have been sometimes. Speaking of thinking about different paths, our next important word is crossroads. A crossroads is a place where two or more roads meet, but we often use it to talk about important moments of decision in our lives. When you're at a crossroads, you have to choose which direction to take, and each path leads to a different future. Life is full of these moments that can change everything. Our final expression is to make peace with. This doesn't mean to stop fighting in a war. It means to accept something difficult and feel calm about it, especially things you cannot change. When you make peace with a decision or situation, you stop feeling angry or sad about it. You accept it as part of your journey and find a way to be okay with it. It's like becoming friends with your past instead of fighting against it. Now that these words are clear, we can begin our story. I think you'll find these expressions helpful as we explore how our choices shape who we become. Yuko lived in a small apartment overlooking the busy streets of Tokyo. Every morning, she took the same train to her office job, ate lunch at her desk, and returned home by 7 p.m. Her life was stable, but something felt missing. One rainy evening, Yuko found an old sketchbook in her closet. As she turned the pages filled with drawings from her art school days, she couldn't help wondering about what might have been if she had pursued her dream of becoming an artist. That night, Yuko barely slept. The next day, she noticed a flyer for an evening art class. It felt like standing at a crossroads, continue her comfortable routine, or take a step toward her forgotten passion. With shaking hands, Yuko signed up for the class. The first few weeks were difficult. Her drawings looked childish compared to others. Many times, she almost quit. Maybe I was never meant to be an artist, she thought after a particularly frustrating session. But slowly, with practice, her confidence grew. She began painting scenes from her daily commute, moments of beauty she had never noticed before. 6 months later, a small cafe invited Yuko to display her work. As visitors admired her paintings, an older woman approached her. "These remind me of my younger days," the woman said. "I wanted to be an artist too, but I never tried." On her walk home, Yuko realized she needed to make peace with her earlier choices. Those years at her office job weren't wasted. They had given her different perspectives to express in her art. Yuko still worked at her office, but now she painted every evening. She had found a way to combine both worlds, creating a path that was uniquely hers. Life rarely asks us to choose between right and wrong. Instead, we face crossroads between different versions of ourselves. The path not taken often haunts us with questions of what might have been. But perhaps our journey isn't about finding the perfect path. It's about making peace with the roads we've traveled and understanding how each step has shaped who we are today. Sometimes, the most beautiful life emerges when we find ways to merge our past choices with our present dreams. If you found this story meaningful, tap that like button. It helps more English learners discover these little moments of reflection. I'd love to hear about a crossroads in your own life in the comments below. Subscribe and turn on notifications to join me on this journey of learning English through stories that make us think and feel. New videos arrive every week, just like new choices arrive in our lives. Until next time, keep learning and remember, sometimes the best path forward includes a little bit of looking back.